Welcome back to the Game of Thrones RPG here on Serious Gaming. There are people I want to talk
Why
to.
have they come to see the Night's Watch?
Let's see over here. How much do I have? One. Okay. Sell that one. I think I'll keep that one. I'll possibly sell this one though. Not quite decided yet. Castle Blacksmith. Okay. I think I should talk with the Lord Commander. There's a murder in Molestown that I might want to get involved in dealing with.
Patrols, can you believe it?
Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder.
Show me.
This should interest you.
It would seem this is the mother. Blessed may she be. I will restore all her soft beauty, believe me. She has always been my favorite.
In memory of your woman?
In memory of all women. No man will ever be able to understand their suffering, nor will they ever love like a mother loves her child.
Adam, the Lord Commander told me that you could need help with your inquiry.
That's right. Another bloody chore for me. That'll teach me to be the smart one amongst our brothers.
This is serious, Flowers. Some of our brothers betrayed their oath and tried to kill me.
I know full well how serious this is, but I've never had to sort out a problem like this. I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
What do you have to go on at the moment?
I've examined your three victims, Theomar, Dick, and Vayon. Those three were messed up all right, but each of them had received 20 silver stags for their betrayal. There's little doubt that such a sum came from Donnelly.
That's highly likely. Any clues as to who else might have accepted the offer?
The only way of knowing would be to question every brother who might have met our visitors while they were staying at Castle Black.
I shall have to talk to them all then. And maybe my hound can find an interesting trail. What else can you tell me?
I believe I've identified all the suspects. We've gathered them all here and blocked off all means of access. I thought we could leave them all to stew a bit, just to see what happens.
Adam, what can you tell me about our crippled crows?
The traitors we're looking for at Castle Black are brothers who will have had direct dealings with Donnelly, and were prepared to betray their oath for gold. First of all, there's Jonas. He's always had a flair for shady dealings. He's drawn to strangers and their gold, like a moth to a flame. I'm sure he's made a deal or two with our visitors one way or another. He's the one who worries me the most. More surprisingly, there's Grants. The old man spent quite a lot of time with our visitors. I've learned that one of your rangers, Bartram, had been up to no good with these strangers. I've summoned him along with the others. Lastly, we have the inseparable Arthur and Trebor. Arthur is the smarter of the two, and has always taken care of his friend, as you probably know already.
Anyone else?
We're missing one final suspect. Domeric disappeared from Castle Black. We think he's already fled. He probably found out everything that was going on before you wrote your report. What's strange to me is that there are no horses missing from the stables.
He'll be caught with ease by our rangers, or by House Stark if need be. I will try to separate the wheat from the chaff amongst those we have already.
I'm glad I can count on you, Moors. I've never had to handle such a delicate business. I hear many rumors of your ability to see and hear things without being caught. If you can use this gift to help me, I'd be much indebted to you.
Alright. Wait, there's nothing. This leads nowhere, actually. Alright, so these two.
Lost on the same day.
Let's first talk with the.
To see the Lord Commander.
Bartram, we need to talk.
Moors, that black-hearted Flowers is accusing me of treason again.
Several brothers spent time with Donnelly and his men when they were here.
Aye. I heard about Theomar and his two friends, those half-witted brothers. What idiots. I wonder where they were hoping to flee.
Because Godric didn't offer you anything?
He didn't. I didn't even speak to that knight. I can't abide arrogant men like that. If I wanted to dishonor myself, I wouldn't be so stupid as to do it so close to Castle Black. And where would I go? South?
You're a good ranger. Always vigilant.
Thank you for the compliment. But I owe everything to you.
Can you tell me anything about the other suspects?
You mean apart from Trevor seeming even more on edge than usual? He's usually quite the nervous man, but he's become damn dangerous. Something's not right, if you ask me.
I will look into that. Anything else to add?
Jonas seems to be having a run of luck recently. He gave credit to several brothers, which is unlike him.
I will see if all this leads to anything.
I'm telling you, calm down.
Lords from the south think they are.
I'm too old for all of this. Never again will I. But if it's none of our business, why they come to see the Night's Watch? Well, be quiet. What do you think they're doing? To see the Lord. Tell them apart.
Just a few more hours and it'll be perfect. Juicy, moist. I can't believe the gold is dead at last. That's so good, so gave us
Exactly.
Trust no one. That's my view on the matter. Alright. Let's follow his trail. It led outside, so I have to assume that it's... Okay. At least that's where the trail was leading, wasn't it? Nothing. Nope. So I'm guessing it's not outside. Alright. I mean, it will just lead me to him.
hands of the king.
He left for Winterfell, I believe. Why is it that he can go and see his brother when he wants?
Lords from the south think they are. They want
Alright. No, the only explanation that I have is that it's outside, but the trail doesn't work. And therein lies the problem. Because I'm just wasting time otherwise.
I found it. It's mine.
You've really made a name for yourself recently, Butcher. No good comes from coming up against you.
I've heard you've become quite wealthy in the past few days. I'd like to know where all that coin is coming from.
My wages don't bring in all that much. Just something to pass the time, really. Don't believe every rumor you hear. Except the ones about the size of my manhood, of course.
I thought you were too clever to be outwitted. Why did you accept the offer from that rat Godric?
I didn't accept anything, but I was happy to take gold from that group of half-wits.
Do you deny receiving gold from Godric Donnelly?
Oh no, I don't deny anything. I gladly relieved that arrogant bunch of knights of their coin. Dice, cards, small wages. I did very well.
He didn't propose anything to you personally? Maybe for a favor?
I make a deal now and again, but that's it. I'm definitely not getting involved in the affairs of lords. That never ends well.
I know what you might think, Moors, but I promise you I'm telling the truth. I pocketed his coin, and that was it.
You seem to tell the truth. But I'll be watching you, Jonas.
Thank you for believing me and for not ruining my little business, Moors. Here, let me give you this as a kindness.
I really don't know how you're doing it, Jonas. Strangers come and go, and there you are with so much coin even your shit is flecked with gold. How do you do it?
Gods, I'll be feasting well. And there will be none for you. I found it. It's mine.
You've really made a name for yourself recently, Butcher. No good comes from coming up against you.
Look what I found while rummaging around in the common hall.
How did you find that? I've been using that hiding place for years.
No one can hide anything from me. Gorod learned that to his misfortune. And now, so have you.
Calm yourself, Butcher. Just think about it. In your hands you have proof that I had nothing to do with this corruption.
All I can see is evidence of your greed.
Wait. Let me explain to you how it works. Most of our brothers will never be able to settle their debts with me, but I'm not really interested in their coin.
All they're losing to me is the power which I can hold over them in exchange for favors. It makes my life a little easier.
3/4 of the brothers here at Castle Black owe me favors right now. You can't even begin to imagine how long this took me. I have a role here, a position, a good position. I'm too old to find my place elsewhere. All of my cards are now on the table. No tricks, no weighted dice, no lies to fool you. I've told you all I can.
If you have anything else to tell me, it's now or never.
Well, I'm not sure of this, but Grants came to see me earlier. He wanted a place in the next game, but I refused because he's up to his eyeballs in debt.
And?
And he paid off his debts just like that, in one go. Years of debt settled all at once.
I think he owes me an explanation.
All the same, don't go too hard on him. He's had a tough time for longer than all of us put together.
Grant's old friend. How long have you been at the wall, old man?
My boy, you'd be better off asking me if I've ever lived anywhere else.
I actually came to ask you something else.
I'd bet a night in a whorehouse that you've come to talk about treason, Moors. I've already spoken to Adam. He's a good lad. A shame he's so serious. What can a wrinkled old man do to help you, my boy?
Tell me about our visitors. You spent some time with them, didn't you?
I mingled a bit, yes. As I usually do when we have guests. It's rare to have fresh news nowadays. I don't let opportunities like that go by.
And were you able to find anything out?
Anything? Like what, for example?
Like gold changing hands, or one of our brothers accepting gold from Godric, for example.
Gods be good. No, I don't think I saw anything like that.
You don't think so? Or you don't know?
No, I didn't see anything of the sort.
Are you certain?
I'm sorry, I can't help you any more than that, my boy. What happened?
Some crows took tainted gold from our visitors and died as a result of it.
You mean there are corrupt brothers here? At Castle Black?
They tried to attack me by surprise, but they failed. I need to know if there are others, and I need to know now. Are you sure you don't know anything that could be of use?
Well, there are Arthur and Trebor. They've cut themselves off from the others, and they both seem really nervous.
Interesting. Anyone else?
I also saw Bartram speaking with Donnelly just before you left. They went off to talk in private. That's really as much as I know. I hope this proves useful, Mors.
It might well be. Thank you, Grants. Now, go warm yourself up.
What can a wrinkled old man do to help you, my boy?
Why don't you tell me about your debts?
Is that bastard Jonas still asking for coin? I've paid it all back to him, I swear.
That's the problem. Everyone knows you can't stop gambling, and you have the least credit in the entire castle. How could you hope to pay off that much without anyone noticing?
I didn't think it would get out of hand, Mort. You have to believe me.
That's all I ask, old man.
It's true that he gave me some gold, but he didn't ask me to do anything wrong. We talked about this and that, and about what life was like here. He later asked me about his other sworn brothers. He got me to talk about you as well. I told him about how you ended up at the wall.
What did he want?
I don't know. He seemed a bit disappointed with your story. Yet I usually tell it so well.
Did you talk about anyone else?
A little about Theomar, and of course that sly fox Jonas as well. And then about one of your rangers, Bartram, I think. I thought he just wanted to spend time in the warmth, talking with good old Grants.
Letting him go, trying him.
My lips are sealed. I'm counting on you to never be led astray.
Believe me, lad, you'll have no more complaints about me. You have my deepest thanks.
I mean, he talked to
Lords from
them.
the south think they are.
He shouldn't have talked to them, but...
Shut your mouth! Come now, you two. I can see you're choking on something big. Spit it out.
Ignore Trebor. He's just had too much to drink.
It seems to me that he's been at something other than the wine. He hasn't been enticed by some southern gold by any chance, has he?
What? You piece of shit. Do you want to end up like that other one?
I told you to keep your bloody mouth shut.
That was too easy. Finish your story or face the consequences.
It was an accident, all right?
That'll be for me to decide. Continue.
Domeric came to see us, just after our visitors turned up. His pockets were well lined. He tried to get us to join Sir Donnelly. He told us they needed some proper swordsmen.
That treacherous bastard. I taught him a lesson.
Trebor is hot-headed, but he's a good lad. He just wanted to show that disloyal shit where he could shove his offer. That bloody fool Domeric tried to defend himself, and things got out of hand. It all got nasty after that. Before we could explain the situation to Mormont, you came back from your mission, and there was total chaos. We thought it better to stay quiet and pretend it never happened. We hid his body in the snow, in the old outbuildings. I swear, we would have tried to tell you as soon as everything had calmed down.
I understand. I'll turn a blind eye to it.
Really? I swear by the gods, Mors, we're in your debt. You can ask anything of us, anything at all.
Did you see anything that might be of interest to me?
Well, there might be something. Ever since that accident, I've kept my eyes open. And I did notice something strange. When everyone was gathered in the common hall, Flowers posted guards at the doors.
To keep you out? What's strange about that?
The strange thing was that I saw one of the guards speaking with one of the suspects.
All right, who was it?
They had their hoods up, so I couldn't tell. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but when you came to question us, I remembered that it seemed a little suspicious.
Sir, no name. Well, I knew it wouldn't be that simple.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more help to you, Mors. It shan't be easy to follow such a poor trail.
Don't trouble yourself with it. I'm used to such problems. If there are traitors amongst us, they'll not reveal themselves gladly. But I have ways.
You're just a poacher. What exactly were you hoping?
Alright. Let's see then. Right here.
Here, try this.
The trail. Really does lead outside.
For you. I found it. It's mine.
Hold on. It might be worth checking upstairs, actually.
2 patrols. Can you believe it? The Golden is dead at last. That son of a bitch certainly gave us.
Nah, to hell with it. Okay. I need to find that corpse though.
There's no point trying to leave this area with my dog.
Yeah. Probably not. Old outhouse buildings, huh? Could be there. The corpse, that is.
Perfect. Juicy, moist.
Men from the hands of the king.
What now?
He didn't try? Are you certain?
I told you. I didn't exchange a word with that minor southern lordling.
Yet Grants saw you with him.
I don't understand. Hold on. Maybe I do remember. Yes, we traded a few words when I took him to the top of the wall, but nothing of any importance. He asked me what life was like at the wall, if I was proud to be a member of the Night's Watch. That sort of thing.
I see. You should have told me. I will see what to make of this.
Exactly. But if it's none of our business, why have they come to see the Night's Watch?
Westford, what in the seven hells are you doing here?
Why did you leave your post? What are you sticking your nose into instead of watching this exit? What were you doing, Egwene?
I have the right to stretch my legs. Why don't you mind your own affairs?
Show me what you were doing in there.
Nothing that concerns you. Go back to where you came from, Moors. Consider that a friendly piece of advice.
You were charged with watching the doors, is that right? Can you explain why you were filling Bartram's bag with supplies, while under orders to watch the doors?
Damn! You were not supposed to see that. Go and find your own, you beggars.
What now?
And yet look what I found, thanks to your friend Gawain.
Shit.
A bag full of Godric's supplies and gold. How do we explain that?
What's the good in denying it? We were planning on taking advantage of the other deserters. Those fools would have fled straight for the south, with your dogs hot on their heels. With Donnelly's gold, we could have bribed the sentries, and had time to disappear.
While you two went up into the wildlands, right?
You know the wildlings as well as I do, Moors. A brave man with a sword can carve out a good life for himself over there. I'm fed up with freezing my rosy ass to defend a kingdom that doesn't give a damn about us. We're as good as dead here.
We've taken an oath. We are the Watchers on the walls.
And what oath was that? To never fuck another woman? To die lonely and miserable? You don't even give a damn that all this is a lie, Moors. So now what?
The old bear will decide your fate.
Horseshit! There's only one punishment for what I've done. I won't let myself end up like Gorold.
Are you resisting arrest?
I bloody well am. At least the gods are giving me a chance to end with a fight.
Patrols, can you believe it? 2 patrols lost on the system.
Moors?
Let's return to this business of yours.
What do you want to speak about?
You told me that the 2 inseparable friends might be traitors?
Yes. Along with Theomar, they were responsible for looking after our visitors when they were here. And you have already personally dealt with Theomar.
Domeric did not flee. Trebor killed him, and, as usual, Arthur felt obliged to protect him.
How did that happen?
He had been bribed by our guest to turn the heads of other brothers. But he picked the wrong target. Trebor beat him to death when he came to see them, with his pockets full of gold and his mouth spouting treason.
Idiots. They should have told us.
Trebor is an idiot, but he's a good servant of the Night's Watch. Arthur just wanted to protect his friend.
I see what you're getting at. I agree. I'll think about how to present this to the old bear. We'll find something that isn't conclusive. We'll whip them, of course, and then they'll be transferred to the Shadow Tower. That way their skills won't go to waste. It might be enough to convince the Lord Commander. Any other news?
Let's move on to the others.
What do you want to speak about?
The King of Rats of Castle Black is on your list. I'm not surprised.
Indeed. He's the obvious suspect.
Look what I've got my hands on.
Gods be good. You found Jonas's hiding place. I've been looking for it forever.
There are hundreds of names on these parchments, and a generous amount of copper groats and other small coin.
But no silver stags?
No. You look disappointed, Adam.
That little wretch is going to slip through our net again. If we can't link him to Donnelly, then he'll be found innocent. Let me have a quick look at his hoard. There must be evidence he's stolen from our stores in there. I'll have him arrested and questioned.
This belongs to Jonas and should be given back to him. Besides, you owe him a small fortune, if I read it correctly.
What do you want, Moors?
for you to leave him be for now, until I'm done with him. And in any case, the coin is his.
At least you stayed honest. I give you that. But one day I'll get that old thief. Any other news?
Let's move on to the others.
What do you want to speak about?
Have you added Bartram to the list of suspects?
Of course.
The guard you posted by the kitchens was one of our traitors. Gwaine was planning to desert with the help of Bartram.
After all these years spent at the wall, nothing should surprise me anymore.
Bartram had accepted the would-be Donnelly's gold, and Gwaine was collecting supplies for him.
I would never have been able to follow such a thin trail. My sincere congratulations, Moors. You do your reputation justice. Given the severity of their crime and their temperament, I presume that arresting them wasn't easy.
You're right. They attacked me and fought to the bitter end. It's a shame they chose to wage their final attack against me.
You've gone way beyond my expectations by seeing through their treachery. Let's hope these drastic measures have stopped the rot from spreading. Thank you for your help. My thanks for taking care of that. It had to be done. I'm relieved we could separate the wheat from the chaff, whatever the cost.
Alright. Let's see here. Let's go. Now that that has been taken care of, we found our traitors. Let's get Donnelly. I'll be more than happy to slaughter the bastard.
The girl is here. Kill her and we'll be rich.
Oh, that's an interesting... Okay. All right. Traitors of the Night's Watch.
Mort, Patrick, thank the gods you're here.
Lothar, tell me what happened.
A man offered us 20 silver stags each to help him get hold of the girl you have with you. And I alone refused. If you hadn't intervened, I would have died.
Maybe you can return the favor, brother. Well, it seems someone is prepared to pay a high price for your capture. It appears we've already found your admirers, lass.
Very glad to hear it.
So this is what the Night's Watch has come to. Our brothers now value the tainted coin of a stranger over their oath.
The worst criminals in the realm are sent to the wall. Is it really a shock to see them succumb to the allure of coin like this?
Our oaths and our laws should outweigh the actions of our pasts.
You're right, Moors.
Lothar, tell me more about the man who bribed our brothers.
It was one of those southern men. The brute who was always following their leader around at Castle Black.
Jared, does that rat really think his crimes will go unpunished here? We'll show him the price you pay for attacking the Night's Watch like that. Would you lead us to him?
Of course, follow me. Over here.
Alright. Well, that's some nice bit of coin, really.
We'd best move quickly. We can't let our suspect get away.
As you wish. Keep quiet now. It's just behind this rock. There's the one who tried to bribe me.
It's that bastard Jared. Lothar, return to Castle Black straight away to warn Mormont. Tell him to send us more men as soon as possible.
Understood.
Stay quiet. Let's listen in.
Here you go, Crow. 20 silver stags for your efforts and your discretion. And if you bring me the girl, I'll see you have more coin than you could dream of.
Careful, I've got quite an imagination.
Bloody piss. At this rate, the entire Night's Watch will soon be at the beck and call of these rats. It's time to put an end to all this.
I'm with you, Moors.
Jane, stay hidden while we're busy.
That was my intention.
Jared, you're a piece of scum like your brother after all.
Curse you! You should have stayed hidden behind your wall!
What does the young lass have that's so important to you?
If I don't bring her back, it's off with my head. So I'll take down anyone who stands in my way, even if that means facing the whole Night's Watch.
Oh, that won't be necessary. 2 brothers will be quite enough to get rid of an insect like you. And once you're dead, your leader will be next.
Your crumbling order frightens no one. All it takes is a few coins to get your so-called brothers to rush to our sides.
Don't you see you've done us a favor? Your treachery allowed us to expose those who are unworthy of the Night's Watch and kill them.
Curse you, Moors! You're finally going to pay for the death of my brother.
Alright, another one bites the dust.
I hope those bastards burn in the 7 Hells.
Impressive. Your fighting isn't bad for an old man.
I was splitting heads when you were shitting in your swaddling clothes, little girl.
Charming.
Moors is one of our best rangers. Mormont didn't choose him to escort you for nothing.
Fine. So what are you planning on doing now?
We need to find his leader. The one who presented himself to us under the name Godric Donnelly. Our best chance is to follow the trails of those he has bribed. The coin he's handed out is soaked in his scent. My hound will find them with ease. We must be very careful. The trails could easily fork and lead to many wrong paths. Only one of them will take us to him. The body of a sworn brother. He was most likely killed for his gold. The scent of coin goes on further. If I follow it, I'm sure to come across the murderer.
Hey, Moors. Haven't seen you in years.
What are you doing back here, Raff? I've lost count of the number of times I've ordered you to leave the gift.
I'm just passing through while trading.
I found the body of a brother of the Night's Watch not far from here. The trail leads straight to you.
If you continue digging through shit, all you will find is more shit, Moors.
We'll see about that, you bastard. Putting you to the sword will be a pleasure.
All right. Kill this bastard. Oh, he's actually pretty damn tough.
No more.
Speak before death claims you, scum.
Oh, God's Moors. I'm bleeding to death.
The Southron's leader. Tell me what you know of him.
The smugglers of Molestown have an agreement with him. You might have trouble finding him.
You attacked one of our own. Raff. Raff! We'll get nothing more out of that bastard. The trail ends here. Best to go back to see if the other trails lead to anything more interesting.
No trail. Well, I guess it's the wrong direction, isn't it? Hold on. No, both trails lead in this direction, actually.
Some hidden silver stags.
Sir, can you tell me what you're doing?
Nothing that need concern you.
No need to be on edge, friend. I'm not one to cause trouble for the Night's Watch. It's just that you're going through my possessions. So, I don't want any trouble. But if I could just get that back.
Do you mean to tell me that this coin belongs to you?
What coin? Yes, that's right. This is where I hide my valuables to keep people from stealing them.
Very well. So you would know exactly what's hidden here.
What?
Tell me how much coin I've just found, and perhaps I'll give it back.
Oh, sure. I stashed 2 silver stags there. That's all the coin I have in the world.
Out of my sight, swine, before I slit your throat. The trail ends here. Best to go back to see if the other trails lead to anything more.
I really can't see anything. Hold on. I mean, it's somewhere. I mean, okay. So. I mean, this is the... Where the fuck? Hold on. This goes... Hold on, the trail starts here, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, if the trail starts here and leads to Molestown, but stops at Molestown, then it means that they're in the village somewhere. That's the last I see, really. I mean, they've gotta be inside, don't they? Okay. Let's go down.
Fancy seeing what I've...
You again, my darling? I see you found Jane. Sorry, gorgeous. This lout didn't give me much choice. I had to tell him where you were hiding.
Don't worry, Sybil. I know very well you didn't mean any harm. Sir Westford saved my life, so I'm in no position to criticize you for anything.
Very well. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I'm on the trail of a handful of silver stags. And something tells me you've some information to give me, madam.
You already seem well informed.
Tell me what you know. I've no time to waste.
Polite as ever, I see. I did just see a great deal of coin from a rowdy flock of crows. They asked for my most beautiful girls.
Where are they?
Wait for them to finish, Moors. I've got a reputation to maintain.
Tell me which room they're in. Now.
Very well. I don't want any trouble. They're to the right, at the bottom of the stairs. Here's the key. I beg of you, Moors, don't make a mess in my establishment.
No promises. Jane, go get your things while I deal with them.
Tell me, lover, your weapon there, do you know how to use it? Or is it just to impress the women?
Save your flirting for someone else. I am a recruiter for the Night's Watch. Whores hold no interest for me.
A sworn brother? You keep orders in these lands, is that right?
Yes, I do.
In that case, maybe you could be of help to me.
I'm listening, but be quick about it.
You're looking for recruits, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I may have someone of interest to you. But you'd have to get him out of here.
Who are you talking about?
There's a man, Julian. He gives me nothing but trouble, and refuses to pay me what he owes. Ever since he moved him to my place, I can't seem to rid myself of him. If you could persuade him to follow you, you'd be doing me a great service.
And where might I be able to find him?
He's down below, in my personal chambers.
Very well. I will go and see what I can do.
What? I'm sorry, I don't have time for chatter.
I've seen your face somewhere before.
Really? I've been told by others that I resemble many people.
Don't mock me. You smell of steel and ice, like my sword. You come from the wall.
I'd better leave.
That's it, I know. You're Andar, the cut-purse who arrived a few months ago. Did you think you'd fool me, dressed like that in your peasant clothes?
Morse, I swear to you, I haven't deserted. Mother have mercy, please don't tell Mormont.
If you weren't deserting, why are you dressed like a peasant? And why would you try to make me believe you weren't from around these parts?
I panicked, that's all. But I was going to return. Well, I think I was. It's not as if my wife was expecting me home. It's the cold, Morse. I can't suffer it anymore. The last time I went out beyond the wall, I thought a good fire every night would help us keep our strength up. that it would all be fine. But how wrong I was. We were so frozen that one of our brothers lost a hand. And another died of sickness after the cold had weakened him so much. Me? I was lucky. I only lost 3 toes. But what will it be the next time? Mors, it's not even winter yet.
How would you prefer it then, Princess? To be off basking under the Dornish sun? To be growing fat in some King's Landing whorehouse? You think that to be better than here?
At least I'd be warm.
Have you ever stepped foot in the mire of Flea Bottom? It's not just palaces in the King's City, I can tell you. And when you get stabbed in the ribs for not hiding your purse well enough, you'll lose more than your toes. You'll get sick from the vermin that the cold of the north kills off. And you'll see the life you yearned for eat you up alive. And when you start rotting where you stand, who will be there to help you walk? What Meister would take care of the likes of you?
You're probably right, Mors. I better go back to Castle Black.
Wise decision. In any case, it was that, or death.
Thank you for everything, brother.
One last thing, and, don't be too certain that your wife no longer waits for you. I've been here for 15 years, and I still have hope that my family remembers me. It's thoughts like those that get you through the winter.
I killed my wife, Mors.
Lying down.
Mors, what the seven hells are you doing here?
Outside, girls. I need to have a word with these half-wits. There's no use in lying to me. I know where you got the coin to pay for this little party.
How do you know that?
I've just killed that bastard Jared. And now I want the man who is going by the name of Godric. You would tell me what you know about him, if I were you.
And what will happen to us if we do?
Listen to me well. You're already guilty of treason for accepting the offer from Jared. Don't expect to be spared the punishment you deserve. But you may yet be able to escape death. Tell me now. I won't ask a second time. Where is Godric?
His real name isn't Godric. He's called Jon.
Jon. Go on.
He and his men have set up camp somewhere in the forest. They're going through the smugglers' tunnels to get back to Molestown. If you want to go that way, there's a door downstairs. You'll need the password. If you say the feast will begin soon, they'll let you through.
So even the smugglers are on the imposter's side. Offer a man a few pieces of gold and you'll learn the price of his honor.
What do you plan to do with us, Mors? We've given you what you wanted, and we'd never have done anything against you.
If you come back to the wall now, I'll ask the Lord Commander to be lenient.
Thank you, Mors.
Spare me your thanks. I'm disgusted with the lot of you.
There you are, Moors. The Lord Commander sent us to lend you a hand.
We came as fast as we could.
Did the Lord Commander send only you two?
Yes, he didn't want to take any chances, so he only sent the ones he trusted.
Moors! They've looted my room! We've got to find them!
Very well. Are we clear? We're going to rid the gift of Yorn and the bastards he brought with him.
Yon?
That's the real name of a man who passed himself off as Godric Donnelly. And when I find him, I'll have him give me the name of whoever sent him here. Right. We'll use the underground passages. If I remember correctly, there's a trapdoor that takes you there behind the brothel's kitchens. Once we're there, it'll be crawling with potential enemies. Keep your eyes peeled. The girl's safety must be our priority. Watt and Miles, once you have the merest sight of an enemy, make sure no one gets near Jane. Patrick and I will take care of the rest. If you see us coming towards you, that means we need help. If that happens, I'm counting on you to give us a hand.
Understood.
That shit-stained Godric decided to start a fight with the Night's Watch. He'll soon learn what a mistake that was.
You obviously wouldn't know.
There are.
I want fresh fish, but your fish is rotten.
What do you want with me? What are you doing in my home?
I'm looking for men who are willing to join the Night's Watch.
There's no reason to come into people's homes without warning. You frightened me. I thought for a moment that you were that Willow's boy.
You're afraid of a simple lad? Barely a man grown?
No, it's not that I'm afraid. Well, let's just say that slut worries me.
Oh, I? Well, she tells me that you wouldn't pay her, and that you moved into her home without her permission.
What? But this is my place. It was Sybil who said I could stay here.
Oh, so you're living off whores now. Congratulations.
I'm an artist, you know. My songs bring in paying patrons. That's why Sybil allows me to stay here.
You? You bring in patrons?
A few, yes. Sometimes. Well, I admit that people are not quite ready for my talent yet. In the meantime, I write songs. But living here with Willow takes it all out of me. She's never happy. It almost cost me more than if I were one of her customers.
If she bothers you that much, why stay here?
You don't understand. You know nothing.
Oh, I do. I understand. You want to write songs. You want an audience. Isn't that right? At Castle Black, there are hundreds of men who would appreciate your talent. If you truly have it, you'd be listened to, and your talent would be rightfully acknowledged.
The Wall. What would I be doing at a place as cold as that?
It's the only way you could finally be of any use to anyone. You'll never accomplish anything just lingering here waiting to be noticed. You have to stand up and find opportunity for yourself.
I know well enough what I'm doing. You'll see. You'll all see. Soon everyone will witness my greatness. Get out of my home. I don't want to see you again.
The southern men.
Those ones wearing blue.
I want fresh fish. Oh, yeah?
What do you want with me? What are you doing in my home? What? But this is my place. It almost cost me more than if I were... The wall. What would I...
Trust me, if it's inspiration you're seeking, there are few places with as many legends as the Wall and the lands that lie beyond. The greatest works are written by men who've seen great things. Men who've known danger and adventure. That's what the Night's Watch can offer you. And you, in return, you can offer memorable songs that will attract yet more men seeking adventure. You will inspire your brothers.
I will inspire men? Very well. You have convinced me.
Go to Castle Black and ask to see the Lord Commander. Tell him you are there on my behalf.
The southern men seem to pay those who help them.
Alright, Christine signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.